This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, welcome everybody to our Wednesday night call with Dr. Joel Wallach, and we are asking everyone to please mute your phones until you're raise your hand and ask a question. And I just want to say, we must say this meeting is for educational and entertainment purposes only. What you hear tonight is not intended to diagnose, treat, or cure. That being said, it takes great discipline and changes in our mindset and habits to have the protocols work. And we do have a foods list that you're able to ask for if you need those things to help everything absorb properly. And we are here to seek new, true science-based clinical advice on the use of nutrition to feel better. If you have a desire to make a 90-day change in your lifestyle, you've come to the right place. And Dr. Joel Wallach's research and the development team has created an army while raising his children from a boathouse, a zoo, on the road, and we are so grateful. So everybody, I'd like you to mute your phones, and Dr. Joel Wallach is here for us for 30 minutes. Thank you, Dr. Wallach.
Okay, well, thank you, Pam, and thank you, Dave, and thank you, team. And, this is another step going in the direction to save humanity and save the earth. And basically, I want to go over something I went over maybe a couple of months ago. It may have been 6 months ago. Right now, just to treat the symptoms of osteoporosis, the Canadians, we Americans, and Europe, those three financial zones, Canada, United States, and Europe, we spend $6.5 trillion a year, that's with a T, $6.5 trillion a year just to treat the symptoms of osteoporosis in our countries. Okay, that's mind-boggling. And that's 6,500 billion we're spending just to treat the symptoms of osteoporosis. It's a very simple disease to get rid of in weeks, very simple to prevent in the first place. Then treating the symptoms of arthritis, we spend 600, in the United States alone, we spend 626.8 billion. So if you take our third of that 6.5 trillion, let's say 2.3 trillion, we're spending the 6.5 trillion. It's probably more than that, but let's just take 2.3 for this thing. And we had the 626.8 billion. We're talking about $3 trillion we're spending each year just to treat the symptoms of arthritis and osteoporosis. I mean, this is crazy when you think about it. Okay, and that's why so many doctors want to be osteopaths, and they want to do hip replacement surgeries, knee replacement surgeries, and they want to do all kinds of back surgeries and so forth, because this is where the money's at. Okay, and yet it's a very simple disease to prevent, osteoporosis and arthritis, very simple disease to reverse. Okay, with a supplement program, we have the healthy bone and joint pack, which is our healthy start pack with the 90 essential nutrients, and our first collagen product, which was glucogel. And we were able to help Theo Ratliff, great basketball player. He's 24 years old and had a fracture in his right wrist, had bone-to-bone arthritis in his knees, bone-to-bone arthritis in his hips. And they took away, he was with the Atlanta Hawks, and they took away his $35 million contract. And so I came along and rebuilt him and we actually made the healthy bone and joint pack for him, actually made the rebound for him. He came back and he got a $35 million contract, and he got another $35 million contract, and then he got another $35 million. He got over $100 million, okay, in an 11-year period. And so, and he bought one of these health, I don't know what you call it. It's a big event place, and he bought that with all the clinics and things associated with it, and he gives free services to everybody in his state, okay, with some of that money. I just can't thank him enough for all the great things he did, and he still goes around lectures for Youngevity and so forth, and he's one of our featured subjects in the new flip chart that's coming out. He's like 7'4", and I'm 5'4". He's 2 feet taller than me. We have a great picture of he and I standing side by side, and you can see our feet, so we're not. He's not standing on something, and it's just all the stuff that he does for humanity. he's a real blessing to humanity. So we can't thank him enough. Theo Ratliff, and of course we have others. We have another one, Evander Holyfield, great heavyweight championship, and he lost his his heavyweight championship to Mike. Let's see here. It's Mike, not Murphy, but it'll come to me in a minute. Mike, it's like minutes or something like that. It'll come to me. Okay, any rate, he lost his heavyweight championship. Huh?
Mike,
No, Mike Tyson, he won it back. He won it back from Mike Tyson. But this Mike Matthews or something like that, Mike Matthews, okay, he lost his championship to that because he had a heart attack before the last bell. He was way ahead on points, and he was going to win and maintain his championship. And he had a heart attack, okay, just like all these young athletes are having now. And that's when he came up with a healthy brain and heart pack for him. He was on that for 90 days. He came back, and Mike Tyson had taken the championship away from this other Mike, okay? And
was it Douglas, Doc?
No.
Not Douglas?
No.
Okay.
It began with an M, Mike Morton's.
I can't think of it.
It'll come to us when we hang up here. Okay.
Yeah,
Anyway.
right. I saw the fight.
Yeah. And so, yeah, he had that heart attack, but he came back after 90 days on our program. Okay, the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack. That's and he, in the 6th round, they stopped the fight. Okay, because he was just killing Mike Tyson. I mean, Evander Holyfield was just killing him. Mike Tyson's arms were down, and he was not defending himself. And Mike Tyson was just standing back and taking these overhand rights and side swipe lefts and so forth. And he was going to kill Mike Tyson. So all the referees jumped in the ring and stopped the fight, and he regained his championship. Yeah, the other champion that he defaulted to was Mike Minutia or Mike Minutus or something like that. Okay, it'll come to me later, I'm sure. But at any rate, Mike Martin, no, that's not quite it. But at any rate, almost. And so this is where the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack came from, was for Mike Tyson. And so we have his story in this flip chart also, and great pictures of these guys doing their thing. And we have Martin Luther King III. We have to see a great pastor up in Baltimore, Maryland, Pastor Mike Freeman. He was in a coma for 6 weeks, and the doctors in the hospital called, and his family said, "Look, he's only got minutes to live, so you better get here and say your goodbyes to him. He won't understand you. He's been in a coma for 6 weeks, but at least you did your best to say your goodbyes." And they called me with Linda Tyler, one of our great distributors from up there. Is there anything we can do for him? I said, well, does he have a G tube? No. Does he have a, let's see here, does he have an IV? No. So we'll just take our plant minerals and take a half a cup of our plant minerals and put them on his sternum, on his chest, put them on his upper belly and his lower belly 3 times a day. At the same time, I want you to put a half a cup of these minerals, plant minerals, on his upper back between his shoulder blades, on his upper back or middle back, and then on his lower back. And in 3.5 days, actually 2.5 days, just 2.5 days, he wakes up, he shaves, he goes to, because he'd been there for 6 weeks, he shaves, he goes to the TV studio and the radio studio at the church. He spends 12 hours telling his story over and over and over and over. Okay, and thank the Lord, he recorded it. And we made a tool out of it. It's a DVD. It shows him telling his story. Okay, it's recorded. And the title is Praise the Lord and Pass the 90. If you've ever been around the military, you want God on your side, but at the same time, you also want the bullets to shoot back at the people who are shooting at you. Okay, so praise the Lord and pass the 90. And of course, we have this tool that's available. It's a DVD. It's Pastor Mike Freeman telling his story, how his wife and Linda Tyler rubbing these minerals on him on the front and the back 3 times a day. And by the 3rd day, he woke up, shaved, went to the church, did all this stuff, and the rest is history. I mean, he's been telling this story over and over and over. We sell an enormous amount of these CDs because it tells a story. Okay, praise the Lord and pass the 90. Okay, so with that, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. I think it's your turn here almost, but just remember that you get our products for wholesale. If you get an auto ship, I will pay the shipping. And right now we're growing like crazy because we have so many people, unfortunately, losing their jobs because these businesses are closing down or they're tightening up and whatever they're doing, and then they're laying off people or firing them just because they're shutting the doors and never to come back. Okay. And so it's one of those things where this is an opportunity for people to jump in right away and start making a income stream. Okay. And also they're going to help their families with their health because we deal with over 600 different diseases. We have 5,000 products. And when you have 5 or 6 people in your family, you know, who are on prescription meds, and even though they're on prescription meds and prescription pays for most of that stuff, it's still expensive because they have other issues they got to deal with, and that comes out of their pockets. And so it's a blessing that we have all this information, we have all these products, we have the system, and so we can't thank Dave and Pam enough for letting us share the story with their followers and listeners and partners and so forth. And they do such a great job. We can't thank them enough for making sure all this gets out there. When people, when they quit all the bad foods, they save enough money to pay for all these supplements. Okay. Because bad foods tend to be very expensive. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no butter, no oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and also carbonated water got to go because they neutralize stomach acid, so you cannot absorb minerals or digest food. Don't forget my book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, 300 pages of safe recipes and cooking methods. It has a good food, bad food list in there. And so every family needs at least one of those copies of that book. It's Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. And then we have the Wallach Revolution. Okay, Wallach Revolution. It's a 75-year testimony of some of the major things we did. And a lot of them are, of course, are in this flip chart that's coming out here. Right now, we're getting the cost figured out here with all these printing companies. So we'll have it available probably within a month now. It's printed. We just need to know how much we're going to charge for it and so forth, because it's going to help you save millions of people. We cannot thank the Youngevity family enough because we are going to save millions of people, just like in this osteoporosis thing. It just blew my mind. We're spending $6.5 trillion a year to treat the symptoms of osteoporosis in the United States, Canada, and Europe. That's 6,500 billion. Okay. And it just costs you, you know, less than $100 a month to get all the stuff you need, including Rebound or Sports Drink with 100 nutrients in it, 75 minerals and 25 vitamins, amino acids. So why not take care of yourself? Why not take care of your family, your church mates, your neighbors, your workmates, and we'll save America and we'll save the world. Okay, over to you, Dave and Pam.
Thank you, Dr. Wallach. I so appreciate you and all the people that we have connected with here today on the call, and those that watch it after the call. They are also getting the recording. And today I had a little gash on my head, and I called you up and I asked you, what can I do about this gash on my head? It's bleeding. And so you told me to use a colloidal silver. And I'm grateful for that I had that on hand. And then I called my neighbor. Actually, I texted all my neighbors. And I said, can somebody come over here? Because David could not see if there was any gray matter coming out of that wound. And so I called up one of our friends who's retired, but they live in Michigan, and they're retired masseuses and also studied naturopathic. And she, the one woman, and you met them, Barb and Errol Sloan. And so Barb and
At
Errol
Shaw's place.
both walked us through what we had to do. And so my neighbor, he served in Germany. And so he was here and he was helping Dave and everybody look and get everything all together and pull back the hair. And then my other neighbor came over and she studied to be a nurse. And the only thing that she didn't pass was the, math or something, one of that. And so Barb helped her. So what we put was some minerals and some selenium and silver, and we made a paste, sprayed it continuously with the silver to flush it. And because of where the area was, she was concerned about swelling, and she said that, we'd have to be very careful and watch today. So I just have to tell you, if we did not have all of our neighbors here that they all know what we do, I was not going to go to the hospital, was not going to get an x-ray, was not getting staples today. And we were able to do all these things through the products we had here on hand and talking to a naturopathic retired.
Let me ask you a quick question. And so this wound you have, is it just through the skin, or did it rupture the skull, or what?
It's pretty deep. It's about an inch, and we did get the bleeding to stop. She made a paste of what I said and cut the hair back, clean it out till it stopped stinging so much. We did ice.
Stop. You said it's about an inch. Is it an inch long or an inch deep?
Wide.
Yeah, wide. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If it's an inch deep, it went through the skull.
It didn't go through the skull, Doc.
Okay, good.
So
They were worried. They were worried about that, but yeah, it didn't. And
Okay.
she's pretty tough.
Yeah, we don't want
She's a pretty tough farm girl.
We don't want any brains leaking out.
Right.
So David made me 3 glasses of Rebound. And because, when you have a shock like that, you either go into a fight or flight. And
Yep.
I witnessed that today. It was amazing how you can see different people respond differently. And that was incredible. Just the whole thing today, how it all happened. It was beautiful.
Okay, well, keep us informed. But yeah, just keep using that colloidal silver 2-3 times a day.
Okay, thank you. So we have a lady there in Texas, and she was taking some circulatory support and also the tablets from the 2.0 on the Go Pack twice a day. They're wanting her to have a surgery, and if she's able to unmute, she could tell the story.
Okay, what kind of surgery did they want her to have? I didn't get the beginning of that.
It's arterial bypass.
Okay.
She's got some issues in her leg, her foot,
Okay.
and they want to do this bypass surgery through her shoulder, pretty much wind around through down to her whole body to go down to her foot with this plastic vein.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd get another opinion there. That doesn't sound right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Let's see here. That cardiovascular doctor has a kid in college and tuition is due.
He told her to stop using the circulatory support and the minerals because a week before the operation, I says, well, actually, that's when you want to do this, and because you may not need the surgery next week. And
That's
she is
correct.
retired. Her son, and she has a lot of military background. And you know what they say about serving?
That's correct.
2 ways to serve our country.
That's what Doc says about it, and that's the truth.
Okay, well, thank you very much for that information. And yeah, we want to make sure that she gets treated right. And you say she has numbness and tingling and burning in her feet?
Correct. So if you could go over the bad foods list and good foods for her.
Okay, well, bad foods are, you got to get rid of bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, no bar, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and the carbonated water got to go. And then she needs, do we know how much she weighs?
150.
Just go for the per 100 pounds, Doc.
Okay, per 100 pounds of body weight, I want her to have 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. She needs 1 bottle a month of the MSM. So you take 3 twice a day per 100 pounds of body weight. Then she needs the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets that'll support healthy blood flow through blocked arteries and healthy blood pressure. Okay, Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. She takes 3 of those twice a day. And if she has all this numbness and burning in her foot, I think it has to do with something going on in her skull. She may have osteoporosis of the skull. She may have a vertebrae pinching the spinal cord kind of thing. I think that's more likely it. Okay. So this is why she needs all this stuff. And again, the collagen peptides, scoop with that with their morning drink, scoop with their evening drink. And the vascular stuff, again, the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, 3 of those twice a day, 2 bottles a month. And so this is one of those things where you need another opinion because it doesn't sound right to me when you have something going on in your foot burning and stuff like that, and they want to do all this stuff from your head all the way down to your foot. That doesn't sound right. Okay.
Thank you, Doc.
Yeah, keep me informed. Let me know, what the final determination is.
Okay. Do we have Marlene on? Is Marlene able to unmute? Is that right? Is it Marlene? Okay. What about Max?
This is Max. Can you hear me?
Yeah, Max, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, this is my first call in. It's I'm thankful that I got through. Thank you for taking my call. I appreciate it. I'm a former truck driver for a lot of years with a long history of high blood pressure and high blood sugar. I'm also a Gulf War veteran, so I don't know exactly how that's working in the mix there. But the reason I'm thank you. The reason I'm contacting you is my kidneys are in end stage. My GFR is down to 7, and I'm wondering if your products will help me to boost my GFR.
Yes.
If I can
Okay. How much do you weigh? How much do you weigh?
some long-term plans,
How much do you weigh?
sir.
How much do you weigh? Body weight?
230.
Okay. All right. Any other issues? Do you have any, you have diabetes and high blood pressure? Is that correct?
I've got my diabetes and my blood pressure under control.
But that's not the answer. The answer is you have it. You're taking drugs.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
well, we're
sir.
going to get rid of it. Okay.
You bet.
Okay. And so
Okay.
at 230 pounds,
Okay, wonderful.
at 230 pounds, you need to get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat, barley, rye, oats, no buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet's got to go, and all diet drinks got to go, and also the carbonated water. Then I want you to have 2 healthy heart packs per month. And they're writing this down for you. So just listen. 2 healthy brain and heart packs per month, 2 full doses a day. Okay. Then I want you to have 2 bottles a month of our MSM. So you take 3 for breakfast, 3 for lunch, for dinner, 3 for dinner time. They're going to support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between the vertebrae, bone makes bone itself, including in arteries and heart valves and all this kind of stuff. Then I want you to have 2 bottles a month or Ultimate Daily Classic tablets. Take 3 of those twice a day. Don't cold turkey off your medication. But as your blood pressure begins to come down, you can slowly reduce your medication based on the numbers. It'll come down because this is what we do. Okay. Then for the diabetes, I want you to get our sweet-eze. Take 3 of those twice a day. Don't cold turkey off your medication there. But as your blood sugar begins to come down, and it will, you can slowly reduce the medication based on the numbers. It should take, I always say, give me 90 days, but usually within 2 to 6 weeks, you won't have high blood pressure anymore. You won't have any diabetes anymore, but you have to stay on the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets forever. And you have to stay on the sweet-eze forever, just like you need oxygen forever, and you need the 90 essential nutrients forever. And you'll be blessed with a long, healthy life, and you won't have all of the side effects of all the medical drugs you're taking and so forth. And how tall are you, sir?
I am 5'10".
Okay, 5'10". And so 230 is probably not too bad. Might be maybe 10 pounds, 5 pounds, 10 pounds overweight, but that's okay. And
I
so
do lawn care every day, sir.
Okay, so you do yard work.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Beautiful. Okay, so let's hear from you every couple of weeks because you're going to have a great story. We deal with literally thousands of patients a day all over the world with these issues you have, and high blood pressure and diabetes. Oh, and the kidney disease. When you take the Ultimate Daily Classic tablets, your kidneys are going to be happy because they make your kidneys work. I take people that haven't urinated, that have not urinated in 10 years. Okay, they're on dialysis 6 days a week. And we put them on our program, put them on the dialysis 6 days a week. And in 2 weeks' time, suddenly now they're urinating after 10 years of not urinating. And so they drop the dialysis down to 3 days a week, and they keep getting better and better and better. And so after 2 more weeks, they take them totally off of dialysis. And that was about, I don't know, 5 years ago, and they're still going strong without any medication because they stayed on the supplements. Okay. And so these are
wonderful.
the things we do. And so you can look forward to getting the same results. We do this thousands of times a day all over the world. This is not a, a rare occurrence. This is something that's expected. Okay.
Thank you so much for your time, Doc. I appreciate it.
Okay, Max. Thank you, sir. We look forward to hearing from you because you're going to have a great story, and you're telling your story will help a lot of people. Thank you. Oh, and thank you for your service in the military.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for getting
Hey,
on.
Max.
Thank you.
Max, is this are you on with your phone number?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Pam, if you take down that phone number, you can send him a copy of the recording, right?
I'll take care of it. Dr. Wallach, niacin plus, can we add that to his protocol to help with the
I'm sorry, well, I didn't add what to it?
niacin plus?
Oh yeah, that's no problem. I take one of those twice a day.
And what does that do to help him?
Well, it has to do with, dilating blood vessels and, just encourages happy blood flow and blood pressure and that kind of stuff.
Okay, fantastic. All right, and do we have anybody else that wanted to ask a question? We're getting down to why you're here. Thank you all for joining us tonight. You can go ahead and unmute.
Okay,
Hey,
well,
Doc.
thank you both. Dave and Pam.
Fight with Doc. That fight with Tyson isn't that when Tyson bit Holyfield's ear off?
Yeah, well, that's when he got his championship back. Okay.
Right.
Okay. It's
Right.
Mike, and his second name begins with an M. Okay, like Mike Morris or
But
something.
that fight though, when you rehabbed Holyfield back to the ring,
Mhm.
Tyson even bit his ear off, and he still whooped his ass.
That's correct.
That was a powerful fight, man. I was so proud of Holyfield. I wish I would have known you back then, man. That was awesome. Thanks for that. That was a
Okay.
great fight.
Well, I'm sure there's plenty of film around.
Doc, my father was a Golden Gloves boxer in the Army in Germany. When he was 15, he was 30-0.
Yeah, same with my father. My father was a Golden Glove champion in welterweight for many years, and so welterweight champion, Golden Gloves, and so that's what got
that's
me
awesome.
in athletics. So we have a long history in exercise.
Yeah, we do too here. That's awesome. Well, we
Morris.
appreciate you, Doc.
Mike Morris, that's the guy. That was it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, Mike Morris.
I knew you'd come up with it.
Yeah, Mike Morris, and that's the guy. Yes, that's the guy. Tyson. Excuse me. That's the one that Evander Holyfield lost his championship to. Okay, Mike Morris, because he couldn't come out and answer the last bell, so he lost his championship by default.
Well, thanks for pulling that one out of your hat.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
awesome.
God bless you. Bye-bye.
God bless you, Doc. See you next week. Thanks,
You bet.
everybody.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. We appreciate you. We'll see you back next week. Have a good night and a better tomorrow.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. You're welcome.